Hi, I'm Mitch Ashley. I'm here at Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, Spain. If you know anything about wireless, you know that Mobile World Congress is the epicenter of everything happening in wireless technology and for the whole industry. So I'm joined today by Andrew Skafel. Andrew, welcome.
Good to see you, Mitch.
Glad to have you on board for a short interview here. As I've scoured the floor, it only took a few minutes to figure out a key couple of trends that's happening at Mobile World Congress. The first is IoT. It is everywhere. You can't step left or right without somebody talking to you about their new strategy, product, or some direction they're taking with IoT. Of course, we all know 5G is important to the future of our industry and where that's headed. We're all excited about that. And of course, a core technology that we continue to build the industry upon is Wi-Fi. And we're all about delivering the best customer experience that we can deliver through Wi-Fi. It's certainly something that's important to my company, Kyrio, of which Andrew is a customer of. And we spend a great deal of time working with device manufacturers, network providers, all about how do we apply the best technology into our network so we get the greatest customer experience from that. So what kind of things have you picked up from the show?
You know, for us, really playing on that IoT theme and the densification of wireless networks. There's just such a phenomenal need for capacity that operators will be faced with in the upcoming years. It's really the theme that's coming through for me at the show this year.
So I'm not surprised, of course, to see you at Mobile World Congress. Talk a little bit about why Edgewater Wireless is here today.
You know, for us, being in the epicenter of the mobile industry, it's a great place for us to network, build the brand, and most importantly, we're launching a new product here at Mobile World Congress this year.
Very interested to hear about that. Before we do, talk about some of the Wi-Fi trends that you see happening, not just here, but beyond.
You know, I think what we're seeing in Wi-Fi is just a phenomenal need for capacity due to wirelessly or hyper-connected homes. You know, where we're seeing wireless light bulbs, we're seeing thermostats, we're seeing refrigerators, all needing capacity. There's just such a phenomenal growth in demand for Wi-Fi.
So you talk about high capacity Wi-Fi. Usually we think of like stadiums, concert venues, those type of things. You're saying the home is the new frontier for high capacity, high density Wi-Fi?
Absolutely. You know, for us, we'd always thought very much the same thing. The math simply works in a stadium. But now with all the wirelessly connected devices in the home is really the next frontier in density.
So talk a little bit about, I mean, there's other technologies that are available, right, on the market today, things like mesh networks. Of course, you could deploy a more denser concentration of access points to get more coverage. How do those technologies fit in?
You know, there's some really cool new technologies. Mesh is a great technology for adding coverage, but it doesn't necessarily address the capacity issue. The capacity issue, in order to do that right, you need to really innovate on the AERA interface and address the capacity right where it's needed on the AERA interface.
I understand you have a new product that you're launching here at Mobile World Congress and a new brand also.
Wow, we're really excited to be here. You know, we're launching a new brand called AERA, really focused on high density Wi-Fi solutions for the indoors. And we're launching a new product. We actually got a sample here. This is our new product. This is the world's only 6-channel access point, highest capacity access point that we have. Dual frequency, 2.4 and 5 gigahertz, offering multiple concurrent channels in each frequency.
Okay, so I want to hear more about this bad boy and what's under the hood, but before we do that, talk a little bit about why you introduced a new brand and how does that relate to the Edgewater Wireless brand?
You know, for us, the new brand AERA is a real way to carve out our niche in the indoor high-density space and gives us a springboard for Wi-Fi 3, our multi-channel brand.
Okay, Wi-Fi 3, new brand.
AERA is the new brand. Wi-Fi 3 is the power behind it.
Gotcha. Okay, good clarification. So talk a little bit about what's inside. What's some of the new technology that you've built into this product?
So really cool stuff inside here. We have dual frequency, 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. We're running multiple concurrent channels in 2.4 and 5 gig. So we're the only folks that can do multiple concurrent channels from a single radio. It gives us a real leg up in capacity and the density challenge that's facing operators today.
Now you mentioned concurrent channels. That's different than tri-band, two-band radios.
Exactly. It really, what we're doing is doing multiple concurrent channels from a single radio, not separate radios. So this is a really, really difficult engineering challenge to solve.
I have to admit, I had an unfair peek at this because we've done a lot of testing on this product for you as our customer. Talk a little bit about some of the testing that we did and maybe how that helped you shape the direction of the product.
Gosh, Mitch, you really beat the heck out of us in the labs, in a good way, it allowed us to learn about what we do best and how to position the product better. For example, we spent a great deal of time in the anechoic chamber, really understanding the total radiated power of the radios, where they perform best, and most importantly, where they fit in terms of a market segment perspective. So it really came out as a stronger, tighter product for us in the end.
Interesting. Yeah, I always think of the anechoic chamber as kind of the dyno we put the engine on to really know what this thing will do. We also tested it in our test house. Talk a little bit about how that sort of real-world conditions influenced your product.
That's a really exciting space for us to be in, that test house. It really replicates what happens in the real world. It's one thing to do something in a chamber, but it's wireless. It behaves totally differently in the real world. So taking that from the chamber to the real world really allowed us to understand our sweet spot and really come away with a stronger position for us.
Great. We sure enjoyed working with your technology. Talk a little bit about what holds in the future for Edgewater.
For Edgewater, it's really about increasing channel density. So over the upcoming weeks and years, you'll see us increasing the channel density and really driving our position within the high-density Wi-Fi space.
Well, I hope we didn't beat you up too bad. You'll come back and let us test that for you.
Absolutely.
That would be great. Well, good luck. Congratulations on the new product and the brand launch, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you, Mitch.